I find it ironic that in this Tech Tales 17, right after Tech Tales 16 yesterday, I told you that I usually record these in the evening, that here I am on Saturday morning, 9:34, recording this, and it's going to go public at 10 a.m. this morning. Well, circumstances collided, and that's what's happening. And then just 2 hours after that, I'll be doing a live stream session with Bertland Hope about his brand new IT business in Jamaica. He has his first client, and he's going to be updating us on that. This will be our 5th live stream session with him. 5th or 6th? I think it's 5th. Yeah, one or the other. And just in 2 hours after this video goes public. So this is Tech Tales 17, where I talk about my time slips, the work that I've done for my actual clients here in California. And finally, I'm on this current week. So today's Saturday. This time slip I'm looking at begins on Sunday. And this is for the chiropractic office that I've talked about several times, 9:02 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Get that? 9:02 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. for a total of 2 hours and 28 minutes. And you say, wait a minute, that doesn't add up. That's a lot longer than that. Well, what happens is I was working on a computer in my lab, and I started working on it at 9:02 a.m., finished working on 7:30 p.m., hit and miss all through the day. So what I do is I put in that total time range, and then I put in a break of many, many hours, so that it winds up being an appropriate charge for the work that I did. So the way the time slip reads, Tracy connected remote to new computer in lab. So I'm connecting remotely to her new computer, which is at the office in the kitchen area, while I'm in my lab. Connected remote to new computer to complete in-lab configuration checklist. So I have this checklist of things that I do on a new computer when it's in my lab. But in this case, circumstances made it favorable to go ahead and put the computer in the office, and I'll connect remotely and finish my in-lab checklist for configuring the computer. I installed Office 365 using the master account credentials, pending the selection of specific email address to be used for Tracy's Microsoft 365 account. So the detail behind this, oh, by the way, the window's open. You may be hearing birds chirping in that car that just drove by. Let's see, I think it's really too bright for you to see anything out the window, but that's it. Nice breeze this morning, comfortable temperature. So anyway, in this office, there is no custom domain name for their email accounts. As a matter of fact, up till recently, they've all been sharing the same email account. When we started bringing in new computers and we had to go to Microsoft 365 to provide Word and Excel and Outlook, we were faced with a little bit of a dilemma how to do that, because Microsoft 365 business accounts, as far as I know, they all have to have, you have to have a custom domain name. We don't have a custom domain name in this office. So what we did is we registered a Microsoft 365 home account for the owner of the business. And with that home account, you can share that account to other family members. Now, it's a little bit of a gray area to use this in a business environment. I haven't figured out a reasonable way around that. They don't need their own domain name. They don't want their own domain name. I might get yelled at or in trouble for saying this. And if it's that much of a breach, then we're just going to have to do something else. But so what we're doing is we have a Microsoft Home account that are registered for the owner of the business. When the first computer in the office, which is for one of the front office stations, needed a new computer, and we couldn't use Microsoft Office 2010 anymore. So I installed it on that computer, and then additional computers after that, we're sharing that account to the other staff members. But every time we do that, we have to set up a new email address for that person. Because otherwise, if they all use the same email address, then in Microsoft Word, when they go to recent files, they're going to see other people's recent files. And that's just awkward and cumbersome and a nuisance. So we want the Microsoft 365 to be shared with them as though they're a family member. Now, in a small business, don't we kind of consider our staff family often anyway? I don't know. I'd really like for Microsoft to provide a way to legitimize this without having to create a custom domain name. And if that method exists, maybe some people will inform me in the comments, because I'm not aware of it. So I created for Tracy, a Microsoft 365 account. I had to create a specific email address for her, and it's a Gmail address. And it's, let's see, well, I was trying to get it kind of generic with the acronym initials for the company and Office Manager or Manager. So the acronym for this company is 3 letters. And so I tried those 3 letters, Office Manager, already taken. I tried those 3 letters, Manager, already taken. I tried Office Manager, then the 3-letter acronym, already taken. I tried Manager and the 3-letter acronym, already taken. So what to do? I wanted to do it as a generic job title name, so that if somebody else moves into that job title, then all of the business contacts that interact with that job in their office would be able to use the same email address. And that just wasn't going to work. So I wound up doing the 3-letter acronym followed by Tracy's first name, already taken. So then the 3-letter acronym of the business plus Tracy's first name plus Tracy's last name. That was not already taken. So that's what it is. Not ideal, but it's highly unlikely there's going to be much changeover in the position of Office Manager, because Tracy is related to the business owner. Now we're back to that point about in a small business, don't we consider them family anyway? Tracy literally is family. But this is for use in the business. Now I also considered using Tracy's personal email address, and I discussed that with her. Now I told her, once we do that, that means your personal stuff and your business stuff are mixed together. And she didn't like that idea, and I don't really like that idea. So this is the way we did it. So let's see, I said I installed Office 365 using master account credentials. So that's the owner of the business. Pending selection, a specific email address to be used for Tracy. Okay, so I hadn't selected that yet. I had installed the software on her computer using the license for the master account, knowing I could reassign the license on that computer later without having to reinstall the software. That's a slick thing. I really like that capability. So completing the rest of that checklist, and my checklist is pretty long and involved, and 2 hours 28 minutes, that is a reasonable estimation of what it takes to do that. And sometime down the road I'll probably I think I have shown those checklists in other videos, not Tech Tales videos, but in other videos that I have, and that'll probably come up again in other videos. So we're pushing 10 minutes here, so let me say one other thing that's happening this week and I'm really excited about. Tomorrow I have a live stream scheduled for 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which happens to be the same time that it is in Arizona during this time of the year, summertime. And Carrie Holzman will be on with us live, and Tim Sowell will be on with us live. And Carrie Holzman told me that he wants to take a crack at Tim's undeletable folders. So tomorrow, Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific time, Carrie's going to connect remotely to my computer, and my computer is going to be connected remotely to Tim's computer, and Carrie's going to work his magic to try to delete those undeletable folders. I'd love to see that work. And what else about that? So I hope you can join us for that. I hope this has been useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.